It was the turn of the century in New York City, and the economy was booming. Real estate was sprouting up all over Manhattan, and the stock market was growing just as quickly. There was no end in sight to this American prosperity. But on October 29, 1929, the stock market came to a grinding halt. Overspeculation and risky investments led to the collapse of America's entire economic structure. Individuals lost their jobs and their life savings. As the banking system shattered, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt rushed to pick up the pieces. He enacted the Securities Act of 1933 in an attempt to protect the economy from reckless investments and safeguard against another collapse. To do this, investments were divided into two categories: public and private. Public investments included stocks and bonds. These opportunities were open to everyone, regardless of their net worth. Private investments, on the other hand, were closed to the general public, and advertising of those was strictly forbidden. Only accredited investors, which is another name to call the very rich, were allowed to participate in these private offerings. While Roosevelt's intent was to safeguard against another collapse, it effectively barred anyone but the super rich from investing in private offerings, such as commercial real estate. As the private sector grew to concentrate more and more wealth, it created an imbalance that eventually was a factor in the economic collapse of 2007. During this time, those who had access to private offerings had more opportunities to protect their capital, while the public had to weather the severe ups and downs of the public market, often losing substantial amounts of their investments. But in 2013, the Jobs Act was signed. With new technology, it essentially provided access for all, allowing the public to invest in private offerings such as large-scale properties for the first time in history using crowdfunding. This provides a new kind of social architecture, where everyone, from the wealthy investors to the everyman, have access to private equity kind of returns. Everyone can participate, irrespective of the amount of wealth each individual previously had. Access for all levels up the playing field for everyone. This is the beginning of a new society.